In the draft right now, it looks like. So we're gonna have a quick look at what characters are gonna be coming out.
Yeah, and honestly, for this one, you and I were kind of talking about, who are we going to see banned for today? We expect Viscus to be banned. I mean, he's very powerful right now in the current patch for Deadlock. And on the other side, Yamato. Look, both characters that you and I were just expecting to see either on a team or in that ban column. It's one or the other, not in between. And we see those immediately banned for both sides.
Yeah, we were just talking about that before the draft, so no big surprises there. You see the Ivy first pick come out, looks like from the Throat Goats there. Abrams on the Sapphire side. Ivy is definitely a good character right now. There's a lot of ways you can kind of build her, and none of them are really bad. And of course, just having the Stone Form, the stun, is so valuable to have on the roster. CC is such a powerful thing in this game. And she just makes for good support, a lot of gun damage. You can get spirit damage out of her as well. So very versatile first pick there. Oh, but looks like a change on the Sapphire side there.
Maybe we weren't too proper with the Yamato ban right there. So Wraith banned actually over from the side of Xnoodaxes team, and they're going to go for the Yamato first pick. So getting rid of one of the power carries that Wraith can be with your spirit build. That the especially with telekinesis, it's really tough for those team fights. But for a Yamato pick, it's one of those things that I think you and I were kind of in agreement. It's like when you do see a Yamato get picked, it's usually just a player that's super comfortable with this, a very situational character for that player's tendencies, and it's going to be fun to see how Yamato does fare in the proving grounds, especially for this match. But they do go for the Abrams for the second pick and hovering for the Kelvin in the third pick. So I'm actually really enjoying this composition that's being put together on the side of Xnoodaxes team. It seems like a lot of brute force right away.
Yeah, that's a tough team. That's a tanky team. They want to get in the trenches and they want to brawl. But speaking of getting in the trenches, we see the Mo coming out.
Love that.
As well from the Amber side, along with the Paradox and the Pocket. Paradox, another very strong character right now. A lot of shutdown potential, a lot of damage that you can get out of that character. Lady Geist getting matched up here on the Sapphire side. Still sticking with that sustainable, not really bursty, but more of attrition style team comp out of Xnoodaxes team. I like what I'm seeing out of them so far. I'm curious to see what the carry picks are going to end up being. Oh, but actually, it's a Shiv.
Oh, okay. Switching over to the Shiv there. This is a team right away that, in my eyes, I mean, this is a team that's going to literally weather the fight and come back in that fight with so much force, especially when you have the Lady Geist along with the Shiv. I mean, as soon as that Lady Geist ults, that Shiv can execute. And, it's just so much combo potential, and the engage between the Kelvin and the Abrams as well as that Yamato. You got the Vindicta as well, that assassin. With the remake, everybody looks to be in the same lanes. Everything is as was, and it looks like we're going for the same kind of break-off, except it looks like the Abrams and the Lady Geist are actually swapping solo lanes, it looks.
Yeah, putting the Abrams against the Infernus here. We're still getting that double thing from Amber's side, where we got Mo and we got Grey Talon. Kind of just helping out in that first wave to make sure that their carries are going to get, all that money without having to take the abuse from the Lady Geist, from the Abrams, just kind of on rip.
Smart.
And then they're just rotating back now to their standard lanes. But yeah, it definitely helped out a lot. You saw the Infernus. Any of those bombs that Geist just throws out basically on cooldown.
Oh, this time the Pocket has to deal with this one. Nice scoring coming out. Looks like the melee as well. Pretty low. The Yamato drops, but not going to be eliminated just yet in this laning phase. You see Lifroot is still going to look to clear these minions, and Yamato just soaking up as many souls as you possibly can, I imagine, until that healing right or extra regen can be purchased. But on the other side of things, it looks like the Pocket playing well against the Geist, the Abrams as well, struggling to fight back against this pressure that the Infernus now has because of that Grey Talon. And this break off from the Throat Goats is looking pretty strong all across the map until I'm looking at Xnoodaxes. It looks like this Vindicta is trying to reclaim some space for the Abrams. The gank back over to York. Infernus underneath Guardian, trying to keep away from the Vindicta, who's taking a load of damage from the Guardian and has to show some respect.
Yeah, you definitely have to be careful with that updated Guardian damage. It really hurts early on. Looks like we got this great Talon kind of going in, looking for a pick on this Shiv. Hiding behind the tower, though. Should be okay, but the Vindicta got to make her way back now to the lane. Nothing too crazy out of those rotations. Sapphire coming out a little bit worse for wear, actually. Amberhand managed to survive through it pretty well. See the Ivy rotating around now on the bottom side, as well as the Abrams actually coming over to that second lane. Might just be falling back there. No one's super committed on that front, doesn't look like.
It's one of the issues, I'd say, with, you know, playing aggressive like that, especially under Guardian with this recent patch where, you know, Guardians are very prone to focusing you rather than the minions, especially if you're attacking somebody underneath it. So that Vindicta just, you know, you really wanted that kill into the Infernus. You don't get it, and the trade there for the Infernus, not too bad to be able to resurface back into your own lane. Still 1.6k souls ahead by 0.3k over this Abrams, so a whole item right now ahead for the Infernus in that York side. But there was an elimination there onto the Lady Geist as the pocket. Marky to Sharky starting things off for the Throat Goats with a kill there in Park, and he's already rotating back over towards the blue side and pushing in to this Guardian. See if you can get some early damage down and start to take some of the objectives here for the Throat Goats.
Yamato going down as well in that lane. Off to an early lead. The Throat Goats already up about 5k, only about 3.5 minutes in. It's a really good start for them. You know, we were talking about that we kind of expected Sapphire to be the ones, you know, sort of dominating this early, like, laning area, but Throat Goats are making some good rotations. A lot of big pressure. Already a Guardian gone on the third lane right there. Going to free up the Mo and Krill as well as Jacuzzi on the Paradox to be able to just kind of roam around and be the menaces that they want to be. A nice owl kill there as well from the Grey Talon.
This is exactly what you would have loved to see if you're a fan of the Throat Goats, especially with what we were breaking down on the composition side of things. You knew they were going to struggle if they play this one-to-one. The parry's going to be dodged, but the bite size just burning right through the Abrams after the parry was come through, and the Ivy helping out with that as well. Healing Right's going to get bite size right back into full strength. Already a Guardian down for Xnoodaxes, and you're being threatened on every facet of the map.
Yeah, already this has gone pretty poorly pretty quickly for Sapphire side. Combo coming out as well. Another pick here onto the Lady Geist. This is something you kind of expect to see a little bit later on, this kind of lead, but Throat Goats have amassed it pretty early on here, and this Infernus has really just run away with this lane, and it's more of a damage control angle than a stop Infernus angle, because there's another one right there. The Yamato also going down to the combustion, and Throat Goats, I mean, they have amassed an 11k lead 5 minutes into the game, which is very impressive.
It's a very strong comp if you can get it activated, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Everybody showing up right now for the Throat Goats. Yamato, JKL, very low. Ghoul's going to go for the shoulder charge. It misses onto the Ivy, and now you got to get out of here. I mean, you have still some abilities up for Ghoul, but you're taking a load of damage from that Ivy. The basic damage from that gun, very strong. Ghoul's going to end up falling. Crazy Panda finds it. Now the Vindicta, a little bit overextended. The stake onto the Infernus lands the shot onto the Assassination, but not enough to take that Infernus down right now. Assassination executes over towards Crazy Panda, not able to track the Infernus just yet, and going to walk away with just the one kill.
I mean, we'll take the one kill here. When you're up this far, everything that you're getting, every even trade, you're just kind of extending your lead more and more and more. And I'm just trying to get some pressure onto this Walker here. The Abrams looking to respond, but the paradoxical swap through the wall, it's just not enough, as Abrams is too far behind. He doesn't have the survivability. He's probably going to go down here. The Yamato looking to bail him out. Mo will find the killing blow. Still has the combo up. Trying to roll out of there, but the Shiv with the execute will manage to pick up a kill, and the Ivy just trying to get out right now. Getting chased down by this Yamato and Kelvin. Sapphire getting a little bit of something out of there, but they're kind of playing in turtle mode right now and just trying to capitalize on any mistakes that throat goats end up making.
Praise Panda in trouble. Trying to get away. The ice beam going to secure that kill, but you've taken so much in return. It doesn't seem like you're going to be able to get away if you're Lifra. So that's a double kill again. JKL continuing to struggle against this Mo and Krill, where we've seen this Yamato fault again and again so far in the laning phases. Pushing up into that Blue Walker, as well as lots of Guardian damage over towards York and Greenwich. You've lost your Guardian on Park, and Xnoodaxes, they are right now just reeling for any sort of control back into this game.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, things are very difficult. The Yamato, the Abrams are significantly far behind here, which is really rough for those characters. They can't get the brawling survivability that they want to have. They can't really get into the thick of the fight, which is where they want to be. It's like Mo tracking down this Shiv as well. Cabo's going down in the jungle. It's going to be just another tower here for the throat goats. I mean, they're just taking towers left and right. This yellow one's going to be going down pretty shortly as well. Bite size, just applying loads of pressure. And there's not a lot that this Vindicta can do to really stop it, especially with the four-man rush over on green. Just getting a walker here very early at about 8 minutes. I mean, these flex slots are opening up pretty shortly for the Amber Hand, and things are really starting to spiral out of control at this point.
JKL on the hunt. You see the Pocket looking for the TP off the cult, and instead cancels it. So going to stay behind enemy lines, just trying to juke out this Yamato, and it works off. The amount of damage you get from overtime against this Pocket really coming in handy for Marky to Sharky. You get some pressure underneath the Blue Guardian being taken, almost grabbing the Blue Walker for the side of the Throat Goats as well. So Xnoodaxes starting to resurface in terms of objective pressure, but still falling behind in terms of souls. You can see it's 52k for the Throat Goats, 35k for Xnoodaxes, the Infernus, Mo and Krill, and Great Talon all sitting towards 8k right now, but that Pocket is going to be such an issue, being 10k souls, a whole 4k ahead of the majority of Xnoodaxes team, even more for the rest of them. So that's going to be tough to play up against. I mean, you just see that the Yamato deleted by Marky to Sharky after just falling previously to this Pocket before.
Yeah, and I mean, Pocket is such a difficult character to kill as well, just innately, and on top of that, you have so much money to work with. Shutting him down is going to be near impossible. Surviving against him at this point is near impossible. It's like Bite Size going for a pick here as well, but we're talking about a 20k soul deficit 10 minutes into the game, which is very difficult to recover from here. Throat Goats have played it extremely well in these early games, and they're still continuing to get picks. They own most of the map at this point. There's just no space for Sapphire really to do anything.
And you're just watching this Pocket Mo Krill just move alongside each other, just constantly ganking. As soon as their cooldowns are up and their ultimates are ready, they are immediately looking for an option to pick. Xnoodaxes continue to feed into this one, and they're just giving up so many opportunities on the overextension. They have to be more aware of getting caught out the way that they are. And now we're getting an urn being run by Kuzi. So this is a chance for the Throat Goats to push even further ahead in this soul lead, and it doesn't look like Xnoodaxes are actually going to be there to stop it now that the Yamato has been all the way taken down inside Park. Matley has to respect this as well. You see the Lady Geist extremely low, so the soul's going to get, or the urn's going to get secured for free, and Throkos just continue to run away with it.
Now 28k up is a near impossible deficit at this point in the game to make up, and there's a combo. The Abrams once again just not able to do anything. I mean, as 4 of them were there, and just another player getting caught out to the side of the Xnoodaxes. Another Walker falling down as well. Throat Goats basically just cleaning up, it seems. They have asserted their dominance in this game and just looking to continue it. Praise Panda getting caught out just a little bit here.
Stone form.
A little bit longer with the stone form. Mo's coming in, gonna fly away at the bomb and look to re-engage now, and it's gonna actually be now in favor of the Amber Hand. A Shiv going down. Good rotations, good team play to get there in time.
And you see how long the Ivy stays alive. It allows for the players from Park to peel and come to the aid. And Crazed Panda able to escape with the ultimate. You thought you were in trouble for a second, but Frozen Shelter still, it looks like they're trying to take down Crazed Panda inside the ultimate. Will it be enough to remove this Ivy? So far, not so good. The Pocket's going to jump in. Infliction onto 2. Matley dropping low for the Lady Guys. Has to run away, but it's not enough. Marky to Sharky just tracking them down. The shoulder charge underneath Guardians, but still finding the Abram as well. This Pocket is unstoppable.
Yeah, what are your answers at this point? It's like there kind of aren't any. The entire team dead. Only the Shiv remaining is the base Guardians now. Just beginning to fall down. That's just going to be less gold, less souls even coming in for Sapphire's side. This game
are we going to see a 12-minute mid-boss?
I mean, you probably could. I don't see why. I don't see how you'd be able to stop them.
You have lanes pushed up. Even if you decide to take the fight, you're down 45k to 92k in souls. Like, you take that fight, you lose that fight, barring, you don't have a Wraith ultimate or a Haze ultimate, a Viscous, or, really even a Dynamo to, jump in there, ult, and hopefully allow the rest of your team to grab that Temple Guardian or grab the Rejuvenator, but they're not going to elect for it. I mean, it's smarter not to with the cooldowns or how short the respawn timer is right now. There's a lot more in the map that you can do rather than get that Temple Guardian. So for the Throat Ghost, they're going to take the smart option, and they're just going to continue to farm these souls, continue to keep their lead ahead, wait for that chance to, go for the throat. And I think this team is just really playing a sound game of Deadlock right now.
Yeah, this is a very clean game of Deadlock. Basically, no mistakes from the Throat Goats. They're just playing this really well. There's not really much other way to say that. And with no walkers left, there's no jungle even left on the side of Xnoodaxes. Like there's very little money to be had. There's almost no farm that's like actually safe to get. Which right now, Throat Goats are playing a little bit more on their side of the map. They haven't committed to the push just yet. But as soon as they do, we're going to see the shrines pretty much just collapse instantly. Looks like our Ivy, Crazed Panda, setting up for something on that second lane. The Infernus is there as well. Against that Shiv and the Kelvin, we might see some rotations coming out from the rest of the players here as that little skirmish develops.
Yeah. And you just look at how attentive, Xnoodaxes are to just taking these fights. Just very slow, very aware that, you get caught out. That's pretty much GG's. And they're not going to be trying to toy around with team fights anytime soon. But, yeah, it looks like they're talking about a ping, maybe, issue right now. But I'm not going to deal with that like I did last time. I don't want to put my 2 cents into that right now. I don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? The servers sometimes are can be goofy, but looks like Throat Goats grouping up. Actually, they are going for the mid boss here now. 15 minutes in, they're just gonna take it. It's melting really quickly with the 5 of them there. So
they're gonna ring the bell.
Maybe they're faking it. Yeah, they're just ringing the bell. They just want to fight.
It looks like a couple have taken the bait. Affliction's in. Capo's already down. The Ivy's going to collect not just 1, but 2. Abrams, the Ghoul, not strong enough to take them down. And Jacuzzi just burning through. And now is any time to grab this mid-boss. You see everybody turning back around. They're going to finish this up. It should be a free Rejuvenator. And this is the Throat Goats knocking on the doors of victory.
Yeah, pretty much. The Rejuvenator pretty much just going to go uncontested here. The stone form as well. Vindicta did come in, but
the parry.
There's no escaping me. Yeah, went for the parry, but it was fortunately in vain. I think even if they did get it, they still are looking for kind of a miracle to bring this one back, as Throat Goats now just pushing into the base. This is probably just going to be the game here, as the shrines are just going to get melted very quickly right now. And
yeah.
Still 2 dead, so this might just be GG.
You got 2 Guardians still alive. Ghouls caught in the combo. Cabo's going to push forward with Return Fire activated, but nothing really to throw back down as the Sapphire Patron's going to be destroyed, weakened, dropped into the pit. This should be the Throat Goats walking over the finish line. Everybody on Xnoodaxes' team, they understand. You're looking from the outside in, and you're going to try to do whatever you can. Yamato, one last hurrah with the ultimate. You're not going to get away from this one. Everything dropping, and it looks like the kickoff to our Boom TV Proving Grounds number 4 is going to be a victory for the Throat Goats in the single elimination tournament as they move on.
On into the second round, and look at that pocket. 9 kills.
Yeah, UMAT on the
22K
Amber
souls,
side, 5 bows, 1 krill going to be on the Sapphire side, so we're going to have to see what these bans are this time around. The Yamato.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's going to be a common character.